The problem is, we attract players from Europe, just like Chelsea, Man United, Arsenal. Nobody would have any interest in going to Everton because they wouldn't even, probably some places in the world don't even know who they are.
大家好，我是凯文。刚刚的利物浦队在客场是和埃弗顿队0-0打平。那么今天呢，利物浦方面，萨拉赫、维纳尔杜姆和罗伯逊几名大将都没有首发。同时呢，埃弗顿队防守端的表现是非常的稳，甚至一度差一点就拿下了比赛。那我们就来看看两方的球迷都有什么看法。
Hello.
Oh,
how you doing? You alright?
How are you?
Yeah, not bad. That wasn't the end of the world, luckily. So
that was a bit of a weird game, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know. For a Merseyside derby, that's quite boring.
Who could have won it? Could you have won it?
Definitely, I think. Obviously, for the majority of the game, we have to be quite defensive. Liverpool, we seemed to get a couple of chances at the end, which we could have won it. But overall, based on the game, probably a draw was an accurate result.
Absolute honesty, I think Everton did play a better game than us.
I didn't at all feel any threat from Everton until they had that attempt. And then literally 30 seconds later, another attempt where they could have scored that header. And honestly, my heart dropped.
Oxlade-Chamberlain came in. I was expecting more forced balls through the front. And he was moving, but the rest of the team weren't. Nothing came out of it.
What do you think was missing in your team?
Personally, for me, is the pace.
Every time we come back, we just don't gel, and I don't really understand why.
We're missing a lot of energy, and Liverpool play with a lot of energy, a lot of attack. We come onto the pitch like a lion, literally hunting its prey. Every single game is like that, and today it just seemed that we gave Everton a bit too much respect. Fans do make a massive difference to the game.
Liverpool had Mo Salah and Robertson and Gomez on the bench. Did you feel like it gave you a bit of an edge?
Well, to be fair, obviously they were missing quite a few key players, but so away our squad's been quite thin. You could see by, obviously we had two goalkeepers on the bench, which everyone found quite funny on social media, but yeah. I think both teams were missing some key players. People aren't full fitness yet. That'll probably take a couple of games to get into the swing of it. We've seen it from most Premier League teams so far that have played that, it's more kind of who's fit enough more rather than the quality at the moment, because it's almost like we're all watching just pre-season all over again.
To have Salah on the bench, sometimes it can look like we're being a little overconfident, and it's like, we don't need our best players.
Let's talk a bit about Minamino. He tried to be really active in the first half, and then he was subbed off at half-time. What did you make of that?
It's kind of what I expected, to be honest. He was playing out of his role. He was playing on a position where he was expected by Klopp to be able to cover.
Minamino was one player on the pitch that was trying to give everything he could. However, I think English football is a little bit different to what he's used to. It's a bit more aggressive and a bit faster.
Yeah. Would you be hoping for any transfers this summer?
I don't think anyone will be expecting any major transfers. We spent a lot of money over the past few years, and I don't think this summer will really be anything like that.
I think we've got a really, really good team at the moment, but it's all great having a first 11, but you always need to have a bit of depth in the squad. If Liverpool lose a player like Robertson, Mo Salah, or even Trent, who's stuck his position in the squad, what do we do to replace them? We're in a bit of a sticky situation. So I think our first target would have to be a left back.
Anybody in mind?
To be honest, no. I don't have anyone in mind.
So we know what Richarlison said before the match. He said something about beating Van Dijk isn't that hard. What did you make of that?
Speaking about Van Dijk like that is a bit wrong, because Van Dijk, honestly, he's an absolute beast.
Do you still feel that, he's just someone that you don't get past?
Yeah.
Literally, if I could describe it, he is an anchor in the middle of the pitch.
A lot of his qualities kind of comes from his fear factor. A lot of players are kind of, afraid to kind of attack him. But I think Calvert-Lewin's good at winning headers, which is kind of one of Van Dijk's key points. So don't get me wrong, he's very good, but I wouldn't call him unbeatable.
So Everton have come into this transition period under Ancelotti. Did you feel worried that they were going to pose a threat?
No.
Everton are a very 50-50 team, especially when it comes to playing against Liverpool. Obviously, being a Merseyside derby, you expect 110% from them. This game in particular, where Everton have the chance, however, Everton really didn't bring anything to the game today.
The problem is, we attract players from Europe, just like Chelsea, Man United, Arsenal. Nobody would have any interest in going to Everton because they wouldn't even, probably some places in the world don't even know who they are.
It's not our best lineup, but there was plenty in there that meant we probably could have nicked a goal or two today, I think.
We've heard some really interesting story today about Philip Coutinho being offered by his agent to play at Everton. How would you feel if that deal happens?
I think I saw it rumoured we'd be paying him something like £175,000 a week, which for a player like that, as good as they are, I don't think we can afford to be giving out wages like that kind of left, right and centre before we offload some players, like Sandro Ramirez, Morgan Schneiderlin. He's a quality player, but not for me.
Were you quite happy to see Man City beat Arsenal so Liverpool couldn't possibly win the title at Goodison Park?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I was very relieved. I wasn't really too concerned. I didn't really see Arsenal winning that game.
Looking at your remaining fixtures, where do you prefer to win it?
To be honest, I'm not really that bothered where we win it, as long as we get to pick it up, and that's all that matters to me.
To be honest, selfish. I really did want to win it at Goodison Park because I've never stopped laughing.
I really wanted to win it against Crystal Palace. Number one is we're playing the game at home, and number two, Man City would have to give Liverpool the guard of honour. Yeah. But it would be nice to beat City to win it as well, because City are the ones who have snatched it from us in the last few years. So if we win it against Man City, even sweeter to me.
Okay, guys, that was all the questions. That was really good. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you, mate.